What is going on, Shedheads? Happy Friday to you guys out there. It's that time of the week once again. Back with the boys for another episode. And tonight, I think we're going to try out another one of those new segments. And maybe you guys can kind of help us come up with what we might actually be debating about in this here possible vape debate. This is one of those fun topics that we came up with during our brainstorm. And I figured we'd give this a shot and just kind of, we're just going to kind of do dry runs of all these little ideas and just kind of see how things go and see what little small tweaks and things we can make. So, kind of make these things work out a little bit better. But with that being said, let's talk about what we might be vaping on at the current moment. And let's hear from Sean. What you got, man?
Well, I decided to break out the old mech mod and get some good tube vapes popping. So we got the Cosmonaut V2 sitting on top of the Dreamer clutch tonight, and still rocking the Stay Gold chop top in there. Still got those Drip Theory triple 26s inside, and tonight we've been vaping on this guy. It's the guava jelly. It's tasting delicious out of this vape. Yeah, we've said it before. It's a fantastic guava vape. It's a fantastic fruit vape. Yeah, if you're even remotely curious, just give her a go ski. What do you got to lose? So that's what I got going on, Uncle Chris. It's on to you, my man.
Those are facts. I actually just finished a bottle like last week, I think. And I enjoyed the entire thing. What I got going on this week? All right, well, I got my ride or die fucking vape mod. You guys probably already know what it is, but it's the Odin 200. On top, I actually got the Squad. Dude, I've been rocking this all week and I forgot how good it is. I guess that's what happens when you have so much stuff and you just get stuck in a rut. And ruts aren't always bad, but sometimes you just get stuck in a rut. It's comfortable, it's easy. And dude, I set this up and I fucking started to vape on it. And I was like, dang, dude, like this airflow is so fucking like everything about it. I think it looks like, dude, it just looks sleek as fuck. That's like the stock drip tip, which is rare for me to rock, like a stock drip tip, but it just looks so good. Obviously, there was a build in it, so I didn't have to worry about building it, but it's been perfect for me. And I'm rocking some PBCC in here, which obviously you guys know I love it. And the other setup that I got the Cosmonaut, the OG Cosmonaut with the shoddy cap on the original Mech Life Arcless mod. I got a blue jeans chop top on there. There's some Breezone coils inside the Cosmonaut. And I guess this would be like kind of a legacy fruit vape for two people in this room, James and I. And I got some fucking good old blast off from the fountain in here because I love it. It's really good. And I happen to buy them from Will because he has them at stillvalleyvapors.com. So check that out. And that's it for me. So I'll throw it to James whenever he's ready. He can give us his vape buffet.
All right, so for me, I just got one thing rocking at the moment. Sorry, I'm just going through some papers here. Switched it up a little bit from the cloud check. Switched the mod up at least because I wanted to get a little mech action too, like Sean. But I've got the Triple X Reborn from Vapors Cloud with the Bonza Pro on top. I just can't stop vaping this RDA, man. It's just
I'm gonna order
fucking
one
good.
this weekend. I can't wait.
I like it. Building on it's easy, wicking on it's easy, the vape on it's awesome, the airflow smooth as shit, flavor pops, it bangs. Get yourself one if you haven't got one yet. But inside, I've got those quad core aliens from Drip Theory. Gotta say, I've been really liking this build. I have it in 2 different RDAs at the moment, and it just rocks, man. Nice, hot, crackly, instant rip. You know what I mean? It's just solid build, solid flavor coming out of this thing, and of course, filled up with a little bit of that Boy mango. I will say I was vaping some of the where'd it go? I did vape this earlier this week, and I ended up switching it out just because I needed some mango, but it was the watermelon strawberry hibiscus from the Fusion line, and I gotta say, man, this stuff was actually pretty damn refreshing. Very nice fruit flavors, very kind of bright. Kind of gives me a similar vibe of like the pink punch berry from Marketplace. Just swap out the lemonade aspect for the hibiscus, and it's pretty damn good, man. Pretty good. I like it. And that's pretty much it. That's all I've really got rocking at the moment, man. Can't say I got much else going currently. So with that, there's just one more thing left to do before we get into the main topic of today's episode and find out what's new in the shed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about the Shed Time podcast, it's a little thing that we do weekly, and we drop those every Monday, and you can find them on every podcasting platform on the interwebs, and that's the Shed Time podcast, baby. Find it at shedtimepodcast.com. And this week, we get talking about our thoughts on the brand new Cabo Citrus Baja Blast that released for the springtime for Mountain Dew. And it's a new flavor, and anytime that we can get our chance, holy crap, I can't talk right now. Anytime we get a chance to get our mitts on some new Mountain Dew, we want to do it and talk about it, so we do it. We get into a hell of an ice cream debate. I genuinely think I might have made these guys hate me for a couple minutes during this show. Because I definitely said some things that shocked and awed them both. So you'll have to tune in to find out what that's all about. And of course, we get talking about so much more. If you want to find out all about it, check it out. Like I said, drops every Monday, and you can find it everywhere podcasts are found. And that's what's new in the shed.
Hell yeah, dudes. And with that, today's episode, we're just gonna be, kind of hanging out, shooting the shit, but we're gonna try to kind of go a little dry run on what a vape debate could possibly be. So with that, like, how do you think we could go about doing a said vape debate here, guys? Because obviously we could either put 2 different things up against each other on whether we think one thing's better than the other. It really just depends on how I want to go with it. You know what I mean? High VG liquids versus 50-50 blends. We've got fruits versus desserts. We've got round wire versus Clapton wires. We've got all these different sort of avenues we can kind of go down. Like, what sort of scenario do you think we can kind of start this off, just to kind of give us a baseline?
Wow.
I see Sean's wheels turning over there.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, right, is like a debate only works if there's a disagreement. So somebody has to take an opposing side. And there are going to be times where I think it's almost going to be more fun to take the opposing side and try to figure out how to argue for that, even though it's something I may not like. because like that gets to my thoughts of like direct lung versus mouth to lung, right? Like all three of us are like direct lung vapors, but damn it, I'll take mouth to lung and try to argue for it, like you know what I mean? Um, so something that we could actually do. I think I like fruit versus dessert because in this
Oh,
group we
here we go. Perfect one right here. Comes down to airflow, boys. Shout outs to Drip Theory for
oh
this. Slotted airflow versus honeycomb airflow. Which is better and why? What side of the fence do you stand on? What side of the fence do you want to stand? I'll start off by, obviously you guys kind of already know where I stand on this. I am a huge fan of a honeycomb style airflow. Henceforth, the Bonza Pro, the legal RDA, quite a few others that I enjoy, you know, like the Sith, you know, the what's this? The Valkyrie RTA's got honeycomb airflow. A lot of RDAs and RTAs that I really enjoy that I think have some of the smoothest airflow, I think do have that honeycomb. I feel like it just gives you a nicer, smoother draw. It does also add the slightest bit of restriction without taking away the amount of airflow, if that makes sense. Like it can kind of make something feel slightly more restricted, even though you may have a similar amount of air going through it as if you would it being wide open slotted airflow. I also find it to be way quieter. It's usually a lot smoother as far as the sound goes from it. I just think it's, you know, you got a all around better experience when it comes down to honeycomb airflow versus slotted for me personally.
Okay, so I'll just jump in here real quick. And I just want to get some level of, is honeycomb airflow like literally honeycomb or just like many holes?
Just like many holes, that he put it just as many holes, like so many small holes. So
Okay.
something like this where you've got multiple holes situations
So
going
like even
compared
like
to
this counts as multiple holes.
kind of, yeah. I guess that technically would count
Like I
compared
run
to
the top fully closed, so it's just a bottom
yeah,
four, but it
yeah.
doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm actually gonna take the opposing side.
You're gonna go slotted.
Well, I'm gonna go like with one hole. Just I'm gonna say one hole because if like this is kind of a honeycomb vibe-ish multi-hole versus single hole, so slotted or like a circle hole or whatever.
So it's like here's your best way to think about it. It's like OG goon versus 1.5 goon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I think that most of my favorite RDAs have one slot. The Cosmonaut, the Layer Cake, the RDA for Vape in 2. Even though I know that it goes into 3, it's just
I don't
it's
know if
not
the
really
2
a
does.
honeycomb.
I don't think the 2 does. The original one did. I don't know if it does.
No, it's one. You're right. It's one. So it's just one slot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for slot, and I don't know. I think I just like the feeling of it better. The sound I will agree with. Honeycomb is a smoother and like less audible sound. It's like more whooshy than like there. You can have some sharper ones, like Cosmona has like a sharpish airflow. But I think that I just like it because I feel like it like lines up better for me. I feel like just adjusting by just closing that slot, or even something like the Apocalypse, which is just a one big hole. Like I prefer those than honeycomb, but it doesn't mean I dislike honeycomb.
No, I get what you're saying.
I just think that I prefer a slot
because I'm also in the same boat as you. It's not that
the aesthetics too. I like the aesthetics of a slot more than honeycomb. Also,
yeah, it's not that I don't like a slotted airflow. Obviously, one of my all-time favorite RDAs, the RDA2, is a slotted airflow. So you know, it's give and take here. But I do find myself leaning more towards things that have that honeycomb aspect. Like if I see that, I'm way more interested in looking at it, and it like instantly grabs my interest compared to something that may be slotted or just single hole. Where are you at on this, Sean? Are you kind of on both ends of it, or are you leaning one way more than the other?
I'm finding myself being the the middle of the road man on this one, because I mean, at one time I would have immediately said I'm on the side of like a honeycomb mesh style,
Yeah, yeah.
but nowadays I'm kind of, I think, going to be the guy that says I think they both have their merits, because when you learn how to build your slotted airflow RDA the right way, I think at least I find that all of those complaints are gone. The sharpness of the airflow, all of that can be removed once you figure out how to build that Addy to do so. So, like, I think I'm gonna say that slotted airflow has the opportunity to provide you a greater amount of air. But I think because I'm more of a restriction person these days, I'm gonna pick a more mesh style, honeycomb style Addy first. But I really do enjoy a lot of Addies that are slotted. Even when we think about the rye and the squy, like the way I build it, I utilize the slot and the holes underneath, and I close them both off a little bit just to create some restriction. So I kind of really do like them both a lot
I
in
think that
their own
also
unique
there's
ways.
certain things about them that make it different, right? So
Yeah.
like if I have an RDA where I don't have like the lock on it, I probably would prefer a fucking whatchamacallit. Like if it has a lock, I'd prefer the honeycomb because then I can adjust it without having to like offset my coils. That's like one thing that does piss me off, right? So like for example, like this RDA right here, it's honeycomb, right? This is like what Bogan got the idea from because he used to love this RDA, like the Mini Buddha V2,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no locks. So to me, it doesn't really make a difference. It could be slotted, it can have it doesn't matter. But for something like the newer apocalypses, sometimes I just wish that they never put the locks on them because you have to like move it if you close your airflow down depending on how you do it, like it affects things where like the squad, for example, it's got a lot of like area, but it also has a lock so you can still adjust it and it doesn't affect where your coil placements are. You keep them the same always, you don't have to move them. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like how some of them are slotted and like then you are like cutting it down and it's only kind of hitting the side of the coil unless you push the coil
Yeah,
over
yeah,
on the
yeah.
deck. Like
Like
that's
the
when it's
the
annoying
Turk,
for me. Yeah.
the Turk V2. That one
Yes.
was one like that for sure. That I'd purposely offset my coils because of how much I'd close the airflow down.
Yes. Like that would be one that I have to adjust the way that I build it just because of
Yeah.
the way that the airflow closes down.
Let me just touch in with chat here. We got the Wee Baby Shaman says most of what I use is slotted, so I'm gonna go slotted. Ben says the only airflow I'm not a fan of is the giant slot like the second Goon or the Doge. Always felt like they were too big. I just like to run wide open though. I could see that for sure.
Oh, dude, Goon 1.5 wide open is that's not even.
Dude, I don't
It's
run.
like there's too much airflow and the flavor drops so hard on like a Goon 1.5.
There's only so many that I like running wide open, to be honest.
Yeah, like I even cut the Cosmonaut down.
Steve was disagreeing a little bit with Sean about the coil placement. He says that he doesn't think it can eliminate the sharp airflow from a bad slot. I could kind of see that, but I can also kind of see where Sean's coming from because there has been times where I've put a build in and the airflow is crazy loud. Little adjustment of the placement of the coil as well as where your wicks lie in front of that airflow can change the audible and just how it feels pretty
My
drastically
my
from time to time.
position on that wick placement all comes down to when we were doing a lot of stuff with Unicorn Vape, and when they released the Pandemic, I friggin' hated that RDA. It was just so noisy to vape. I did not like it. It was a goddamn train whistle, no matter how I built it. And finally, one day, I built it in a way I would not have built that Addy. I tucked the coils or the cotton under the coil. And it's something I would never have done the way that that deck was built. And when I did it, immediately silent vape. And I went, oh my God. And so I started messing with a few other vapes, specifically slotted vapes, that I found I could not stop whistling. And when I changed that wick placement a bit, it created an air channel that shut down that turbulence and that whistle and made me like them.
Well, like so
Cosmonaut
for
V2.
example, right? Cosmonaut, that's how I wick it. I put tough all the so it basically can only just go under the coil.
Same.
And so there's all that extra cotton that's like jammed in the front, right? But it still is sharper than something else. It just has no sound. But I feel the sharpness. But I'm okay with it. I don't know why, because normally you guys remember, like that was the biggest problem I always had with the Kendi. The way that the airflow felt, I did not like it. I couldn't get past it. And I'm sure that wicking it wouldn't change it because it's always going to come up through those holes.
Mm.
So like there's no whistle. And I bet you that you could make this whistle with coil placement and cotton.
Oh, for sure.
But it's definitely a sharper feeling airflow than like, I don't know, than a layer cake. Like a layer cake to me is quite smooth. And it's not, there's no really audible and there's no weird feeling. But this, it's a bit more sharp. But I don't, that's just the descriptor word that I use. I don't know if that's actually correct.
Well,
It's like a little less turbulent than this would be. But you don't, there's no audible.
The layer cake is definitely if anything, a little more spongy at times.
Yeah, like I don't, it's just more condensed feeling. Almost.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
it
like
is hitting like that fucking center post.
there's no room. It's just the way, at least the way that you and I build it, like it's coil. That's it. It has to hit coil. It has nowhere else to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is kind of interesting. Steven says, I don't know, man. People are gonna jump on this. But after using lots of RDL and honeycomb RDAs, I went back to the RDA V2 and I've tried it over a dozen different ways and I can no longer stand its airflow. Really, dude? That's interesting.
Interesting.
What, how do you run it with like the number 3?
I'm curious
I'm
what
a
your
number
coil
1.
diameters are too.
I'm a number 1 with a 3mm.
I'm just more curious about what it is about it that he can't stand.
Yeah, I don't actually get it.
Let's see. Drit Theory says he's on the side of slots. Will's on the side of holes. Ever since the mutation X. That just says the only weird feeling that I get with the layer cake is realizing that I sunk low enough to actually use the layer cake. Brutal.
You're pathetic, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
What else we got? Anybody else got anything to add to said conversation? Looks like that's pretty much it as far as that goes. But yeah, I definitely think I'm still on more of the side of honeycomb airflow, man. Because I remember when it dropped, bro, I jumped on it so hard and so heavy when the
100%.
OG Bonza came out, bro.
Yeah, that was like the
fucking-
second heavy slot RDA
Yeah,
because
dude,
I had
I
the
fucking
Mini Buddha
loved
V2
the
first.
airflow on that thing so much, bro. I was like, dude, anything that comes out with honeycomb from now on, I'm buying, and I pretty much did.
Well, shit, was it? Remember we all jumped on the Warriors because like that airflow, like that thing was a banger too.
Oh, he says 3mm coils. It's sharp, and I can't get rid of the whistle anymore. I need to try some 2.5s because I love that RDA until more recently. Honestly,
Dude, you just
bro,
gotta slam the coils.
I only rock 2.5s in mine just because I really enjoy a specific build in my RDA too. I really like a triple 2838 4 wrap comes out to a 0.1, 2.5 millimeter, and they bang, dude.
So those are 3 millimeters. They're slammed in there. Like they're down in there deep. And like there's space in between. And like I use the number 1 airflow, so the tightest straw, like air, like the number 1 ring. It's never whistled.
Said I've slammed them.
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever even ran 2.5s actually in my RDA2.
Dude, I love 2.5 millimeters in it, bro. Honestly,
I just like breeze
I used
stones
to
or
be-
anybody's 26 gauge aliens.
I used to
put
be
'em in
a
there.
huge. This could be a topic for a future vape debate. But I used to be 3 millimeter coils only in everything, up until I think really I didn't make the switch over until we started getting breeze stones coils quite a bit. We started getting those like triple 28s and triple 27. Some of his
Was
two and
it
a
you
half.
or Ashton who did it first?
I think it
I
may
remember
have been.
Ashton always rocked the 4
I
rat.
think it may have been Ashton who got me to do it. But dude, ever since then, bro, 2.5 millimeters are like my sweet spot, bro. It's like one of my favorite diameters of build now. It's like I pretty much put it in everything, dude. That's what's inside of here right now are some 2.5 millimeter quad core aliens, bro, and they fucking rip.
2.5s are the truth. Like I really discovered the beauty of those early when I was working in the vape shop, like just before I met all of you guys actually. Because at the time, like I was just getting my building skills up. So I was doing a lot of like dual parallel round wire builds and building up to, just dual fuse Claptons and learning that I could get that really fast ramp up speed from a 2.5 millimeter diameter, but have that surface area still to get all that flavor. I was like, 2.5s are the truth. But the problem is like most people that were building coils were just building 3 millimeters. So you're like, or point, you know what I mean? So like, what do? You use 3 millimeters. So yeah, when you started seeing more people make 2.5 IDs, it definitely becomes one of those like, yeah, I want those.
Yeah, I remember seeing
You know what's
2.5
funny? We
all
could totally have a vape debate on this because like I'm not a 2.5 guy at all.
I just find they work good in specific RDAs and RTAs and shit. You know what I mean? RTAs, I feel like 2.5 shine the fucking real nice because it
I think the only thing I've ever liked 2.5s in was the
blotto.
Blotto single. I didn't actually like the original Blotto. I gave
Yeah,
it
I
away.
remember.
But the Blotto Max, I love it. But I'll use like 3s or 3.5s in it. But even dude, like even going back to like some of the older single coil RTAs, like the Druga, I like a 3. The gear, I like a 3. Even single coil flavor bangers, I prefer 3. I don't know what it
Single
is.
coil, I think, is a little different. Even for me personally, I'd probably just do 3 just because with the single coil, you're not really worried about space as much. You know what I'm saying? Because you're only putting the one coil in compared to trying to cram 2 3 millimeters into something sometimes.
But yeah, like dude, even what was it called? The Temple 25. There's like lots of people that are like, I can't even fit 3s in there, blah blah blah. And like I only liked it with 3s. I didn't like it with 2.5s at all. And it was tight. But I don't know. Dude, even in the moonshot, I rock 3 millimeters in a moonshot. I just don't.
It's a type
Yeah,
thing.
I
That's
don't
a
know what it
tiny
is.
deck.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I had a series built in a moonshot for a minute. I was fucking rocking on my Duldine.
It's
Oh
crazy, dude.
man, it is such a tiny deck.
Yeah, so like I'm
That's what she
definitely
said.
like I'm
Bazinga!
fully on board 3 millimeters.
We got
I'm not a 2 millimeter, 2.5 guy at all.
Looks like we got a couple people there on 2.5. Grim says team 5 millimeter single coil.
Dude, I actually used to rock one like I was probably
you
a
wrap
5.
that
It
around
was
your
I didn't
finger?
even have a bit. No, I used to wrap it around like the coiling rod. I had like a coiling rod where it was still circle after all the fucking 3.5. It would be like, like 2.5, whatever. And I used to rock it in the Death Trap 24, like a 5 millimeter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Steve says you're an absolute wizard if you can manage to get threes in the Temple 25. I melted my insulator with 2.5s.
No, dude, I literally, if I could find it, which I maybe one day I will, I have no idea. Once I move, man, I've just misplaced a million things, but that's what I always rocked in it. Always.
I do agree.
Never melted shit.
I do agree with Ern though too, dude. Some 3mm triple 26s, you can't really go wrong.
100%,
You
Ern.
know what I mean?
No, I mean those are bulletproof.
It's like my go-to standard, can't go wrong,
yeah,
build. You know what I mean? It's like my
that's like your standard issue.
all reliable.
Every good addy should just get one of those builds first.
AJ did quad 27s, right? Or was it quad 28s?
Don't remember.
I don't even.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I might have an empty.
I haven't
container
had
kicking around.
any AJ Holland clothes in quite some time. Well,
Yeah,
other
the
than
last set I used was
build off,
LEs,
yeah.
which were triple 26s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have an LE 26 pack.
Because he did 6-core, but I think that they were like 30s.
Yeah.
Those things were crazy.
They're pretty nice too, bro. I love those things. But yeah, I think he might have done 27s and 28s in the quad cores. Might have done two different.
There were a couple quad core sizes,
So
you might be right.
who knows?
Yeah, dude. Mr. More cores.
Yes, sir. Good times.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
he's rad, dude.
That man has done some fucking really cool shit though, like designing tour posters for Cypress Hill. So shout out to AJ.
Drip Theory says 3mm in the OG recoil all day, dude. That 3mm in
I'm
a
there with you.
recoil it's a nice vape, but dude, it is a kind of a tight fit.
Oh yeah, it is, but it's a damn good vape.
Dude, I haven't vaped one in a while.
I haven't either.
I got the polymerized one kicking around somewhere.
I don't even know where mine is at the moment. It's around here somewhere, I'm sure. The only thing that kind of bums me out about mine is I don't know where my flavor cap went. All I have is the Clouds cap.
Dude, all I have is the flavor cap.
Yeah, see, I don't know where my cloud cap is.
Like it's in the box somewhere, but I have no
Yeah.
idea where the box is.
Same.
Because yeah, I just preferred it.
Because
3mm.
I think what happened was I think I sold, because I had two of them, and I think I sold one to Jacoby, and I think I screwed up and gave him both flavor caps, and I kept both my cloud caps.
It's a tough one.
I think. Dude, I don't even know where my Rebels are, bro. I had a couple of those. I haven't vaped that thing in a long time either.
Aaron, you're a maniac. There's a lot of addies.
Yeah, dude, that is a lot. I mean,
For just one addy specifically.
I mean, there's other ones that I have,
Well,
but
I've got 4 RDA2s, so I can't really say much.
I mean, between
One
my
of them's
wife
still
and I,
brand new
there's-
in the package, hasn't even been used.
Grim, I agree. The Rebel does slap. That I liked it better than the actual OG recoil too.
See, I got a brand new white one still in the cellophane, dude.
I only have two. I have a gold one and one that's coated purple.
I've got a black one, I've got two white ones, and then I've got my seafoam green one.
I got the one with the purple ring.
Ben says I have that many Tobes. 28mm recoil or 26. That'd be crazy. I've got 2 OGs and a Rebel. Yeah, I had 2 OGs and I think I had 2 Rebels at one point.
I had 3 Rebels, I think. I have
I'm
a red
working-
one and black one and a stainless one.
I'm working on a recoil, but it's still 24 millimeter, huh? What?
Oh,
That's exciting, Nick. It's exciting. Definitely piqued our interest over here. That's for sure. Green room exclusive. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Dude. Hell yeah.
I might buy it. Just
Breaking
throwing it out there.
news.
It's
Yeah,
possible.
We might talk about it here, maybe, at some point if it ever becomes a thing, Ben's like, damn, I might get to own a recoil then. Hell yeah.
Yo,
dude.
Grim, can you do me a favor though? Can you make it so like DHD, like chop top spinning it, please?
Yeah, regular 810 tip on top, please. Bro.
Like that's my only request.
I would love you forever.
Yeah.
Even if you want to just like put that, like have 2 different caps, one that takes the macron tips and then one that takes regular, that'd be cool too,
Yes.
Fuck yeah, recoil, dude. That's exciting, man. It'd be cool to,
recoil. Love it.
dude. It'd be cool if you did like a full on like combo. He said, yep, that's the plan. 2 tops for 2 tips. Hell yeah, dude.
Beauty.
Perfect. Thank you.
Fucking vape royalty.
Dude, a
Let's all
recoil
celebrate.
RDA mech combo, Nick. What do you think about that, dude?
Yeah, come out with a mech, dude. I want a new mech
Come
that's
on,
like
bro.
cool.
We need it, bro. That'd be sick.
Just take my money away from me,
Right?
please.
Well, that's exciting, man. That's some exciting news. So we have something else to look forward to. Obviously, if you guys have not seen, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already have, I know a couple people already have them here in chat. But of course, Grim's got the new Republic dual battery squonk over there with Vapor's Cloud. Dual 21s, Grim, right? Or is it dual 18650? Either way, it's dual battery squonk. The answer to the single battery empire, which I just think is cool. Dual 18. Okay. So that's gonna make it a little bit nicer in the hand feel section, because once you throw that bottle in there and you do 21s, that could be kind of a beefy mod in the old hand.
Yeah, that'd be a big box.
Have some girth on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mac would be sick, but I want to make a copy the beverage.mmk Mac. Oh, dude. I don't think any.
Why not, dude? Let's go.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
I'm basically using a bigger version of one like right now.
Right.
It's fucking same shit. You know what I mean?
That's funny that you mentioned that I've been playing with some RDAs and 21700 Sci-Fi mech concepts. Hell yeah, dude. Green Game Mech Tube would be the dopest, for sure. Bogan said he wants to do a new Bonza mech to match the Bonza Pro. That would be sick too, bro. I would love to see another mech from Sam, for sure.
Dude, I should bust out mine actually.
I never ended up getting one. Because I heard.
Well, I have a stainless one, and I'm gonna order this weekend the Bonza Pro in stainless from Will. So that might be a good combo.
It might look pretty slick.
It might.
Dude, the Palmerized ones that Ashton did were so sick, dude. The pink and black ones.
Yo.
They were so dope.
I actually could have bought one like maybe a year and a half ago, but the dude still wanted 200 USD for it. And I was like, that's crazy, bro.
Ern also says, you ever find that triple X?
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't. I mean, it's right here. You mean have I ever found the box for it? No, but dude, look at how mint this thing is. It's still like mint.
No, doesn't even look like there's any wear on it yet.
No, dude, like I've not used it that much at all. Even the top, but it's got the 20. It's got the smallest ring on it. I think it might be
25.
a 25.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, it's at the 25 millimeter ring because that's a 24s
Yeah,
on it.
'cause
So
I have a 25 on mine. It comes.
I'm sure
straight.
I'll eventually find it, Ern. I haven't moved yet. When you don't see like this background, that then you can be like, yo, where is it? Okay. Let me let me hear it then.
He said I might just snag it and use the 30 millimeter ring from my 1111.
Yeah, dude, I'll literally send you the other shit. Like, I won't charge you for the shipping, like to send you the stuff when I find it. Because then I'll just send it in a tiny little bubble mailer. It'll probably cost me like $10.
Slide in his DMs, dude.
Yeah, we got a DM open.
But with that being said, I think it's about that time for us to switch things up here a little bit and do the thing that leads to the other thing. So, Sean.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your opportunity to grab a beverage, stretch the legs, hit the restroom, or do like we're gonna do and inhale that good shit and exhale that bullshit, because it's shed time.
Let's do it. Welcome back, peeps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your shed time break. I'll tell you what, got me. It got me. Nose is running. Eyes
Still driving a stick
Yeah.
shift. Whoa.
Driving a manual, baby.
I almost said shick stiff. That's not even a word. Shick.
Yeah, well, that's a good spoonerism right there.
Or wait, weren't they like a razor company? Schick?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude. I was like, why does that sound familiar now that I said it for a second time? They had like a fancy one back in like the 90s when I first like actually had to shave. And I remember I got it, thought I was a baller
Shit,
until my dad was
what
like,
was it? Shit
you have
Quattro
to
or
buy the
whatever.
fucking replacements. And I was like, what? And they're really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Mach No, Gillette was the Mach 3. It was something else. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, James.
I forgot even what I was gonna say.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm also got distracted by people listing off their stuff in the chats here of whatever they've got going on, and solid choices. Little triangle GMO over here if anyone's curious. Um, but with that being said, it's time to get into tonight's game, and I just realized right before we came back for the shed time break that I still have not made a bumper for this game. We've played it multiple times, and your boy's been slacking. But tonight, we're going to play a little game we like to call Would You Rather. This is something that we stole from, the Vape Stew, RIP, where this is something they do at the end of the show every now and then. They would pull out a question and pass it around the room for just a little fun at the end of the night. So this is where we're going to come out, and we need you guys in chat to drop would you rather scenarios into the chat. We'll pick them out, pass them around, and obviously pick what option we would rather do. Oh hell yeah, Aaron, that's sick, dude. I've stumbled across a couple different crosses recently of some GMOs that I will say I've been pretty happy with. I will say this, just a little, shed time side note here. Recently got some, what was it? Purple papaya? It was a cross between purple punch and papaya something else. And let me tell you what, bro. It tastes purple and it tastes papaya and it is nice. Just putting that out there. Oh, a little infused sody pop? Hell yeah, dude. Okay, we'll start off with this one because this is something that kind of was going around on the internet in various forms. Obviously, it was different. It was, 100 men versus one gorilla or whatever. But would you rather fight one giant gorilla or 100 tiny gorillas?
Oh, well, I mean, this is the perfect one to start with because I remember them doing a similar variant of this, only it was tiny horses on the vape stew. And
Yeah, it was a
That's
duck-sized
true.
horse.
Yeah, dude.
It was one duck-sized or one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
that's
Mhm.
what it was. Yep. So I'm
Dude,
I'm definitely going with the tiny gorillas
nice
because
job.
like getting stomped on by a giant gorilla is not going to be a good situation for me, but I mean, I might not have a lot of endurance, but I'm gonna be able to drop kick a good amount of little gorillas.
Dude, you wouldn't even have to drop. You'd be stomping. Because, like, I'm assuming a tiny gorilla is like the size of a mouse.
I would
That's
say,
tiny.
yeah,
Like, that's my
Uh,
yeah,
assumption.
I'm imagining like Chihuahua size
tiny
gorillas.
like
You know what I mean?
So, like, they're a
tiny
foot and a
being
half
like
tall.
midget size, giant like elephant size, not miniature.
Not, well, dude,
So
tiny. I mean,
toddler sized gorillas? Is that what you mean by tiny? Like 2-year-old?
are you saying midget size? So, like, a
Okay,
small
so
person or a
1 to
little
3
person can
foot.
be like 4 foot
It said
tall.
1 to 3 foot.
1 to 3 foot.
Well, here's the
Okay.
thing, bro. I'm just gonna slide in here real quick because you guys got to think about this, bro. Gorillas are strong as fuck, dude.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And just because you make them smaller does not necessarily not make them not as strong or not strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That just means you're gonna have 100 things that are strong as It's gonna be like fighting the strongest toddlers you've ever like fought in your life, dude.
I've never
You know what
fought
I
a
mean?
toddler, but I feel you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna be like
But-
full on like adult bodybuilder strength toddlers, pretty much.
But by that logic, the really big one is also proportionately stronger.
Is like Hulk, pretty much.
Yeah,
you know,
like
you taking a gorilla who's already crazy strong to like fucking Hulk smash.
Exactly.
So
And I'm still fighting 100
yeah, either way,
super strong toddlers. I think.
Here's the thing. Either way, I think we die, or at least I do. Either way, I think I die. I don't think I make it through either one.
I mean, like, here's my thought, right? There's 0% chance that I could win a fight against a giant
King Kong.
gorilla.
There you go. That's what it is. It's like King Kong versus like a chimp, per se. And chimps are crazy strong, dude. And they're ruthless.
Yeah, they kill people. But this is my thought.
I think I'm still going to go with the small ones, though, because at least I think I could fight off a couple. And at least I put up a fight with the giant one. There ain't nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly, smush.
So this is my thought. My thought is this. I personally know there's 0% chance that I could take on a giant gorilla, even if the giant gorilla is only like 10 feet tall, 8 feet tall, a regular sized gorilla, no matter what, I'm fucked.
Normal sized gorilla.
Now, if there was 100 1-foot ones, I'm fucked. If there was like a giant gorilla or 10, I would take my chances with 10, but we're talking about 100, so I really am fucked. So now I have to think, the only way that I survive is if I kill like 50 fucking gorillas that are the size of a fucking small fucking person. And then I'm just this like mass fucking murderer, and I still fucking die. So I think I'd probably go with the fucking big one, because I'm going to die regardless. One way I can just die. The other one, I have to fucking murder a bunch of things to hope I don't die, and then still die. Because I feel like I could definitely take out a few, like a posse of those baby like size gorillas. I feel like I could do it. But I'd be toast after like 3 or 4, maybe 5, half dozen on a real fucking strong day. You know what I mean?
I'm playing Doom the home game. I'm just gonna keep running around in circles and just picking them off one by one.
I'm just gonna be throwing the biggest fucking forearms and like fucking hammer fists and shit,
just
and
grabbing
just
one
fucking
and beating another with
kicking
it, like...
50-yard field goals. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Hopefully they caught me with steel toes on, baby. Let's go.
Damn right, boy.
But 100, I'm done. Like, absolutely done.
Dude, I'm over here doing a side quest while you guys are talking. I just changed logos on the stream just because I was like, we don't need 2 Steel Valley logos. We should put a Shedhead logo up there.
Hell,
So I was like, finishing little side quests.
Oh, speaking of Steel Valley, though, there's just quickly,
Memorial
there's
sale.
a coupon code this weekend, but honestly, just use the regular code you guys use because it's a bigger discount. But either way, there's a sale. Go check it out. Shout out Will.
All right, keep the would you rather scenarios coming because I think we knocked that one out. Was there another one that came through that you guys wanted to
from
pick out?
Duchess. I'll pick
I've
it.
seen a handful.
Would you rather your life turn into a Netflix drama without your permission, or your DMs leaked as a comedy special?
I'll do DMs because honestly, my DMs are pretty fucking whatever, dude. You know what I mean? There's nothing in there really that's incriminating or really all that embarrassing, I don't think. I just really wouldn't want to be followed by cameras and like, you know, that sort of
But it'd be
thing.
like Truman Show. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, even then, that just feels way more creepy.
I mean, Truman Show is a great fucking movie.
Oh,
but
for
I
sure,
think
for
living
sure.
that would be
But,
fucking
yeah,
horrible.
But being him would be, I don't know about that. Let's be honest.
I mean, his life
Let's
did
be
go better
honest,
than mine.
We're
in a lot
kind of
ways.
living the Truman Show already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like it's not as rigged. Like
no, I get
he
it.
had a bit of a rigged life. He got
No,
like
but,
put
yeah.
with an attractive woman. He had a job always. You
I'll
know,
say
like...
my current DMs for sure.
How about you, Sean?
I mean, I think I'm gonna go with the DMs too. Like my DMs are pretty boring.
I
Also,
don't really get many of them, to be honest.
I mean, my life isn't that dramatical either. But obviously, if it's being turned into a television show, my life is going to be agitated to be dramatical, and I don't need that shit in my life.
That's
It's
exactly part of my
I,
thinking too. Is
you
like
know,
my life's already
my life
stressful
is
enough.
yeah, exactly. My life's painful enough. Like I don't need no extra
I
help
need that
from
lingered over me.
television cameras to make it television worthy. So yeah, go ahead, leak the DMs, see how funny you can make the jokes about things that I've talked about in the DMs, because I'm sure you could pull something. And all I know is if I don't have permission, if I'm not giving permission about the drama life show, well, then at least with the DMs, maybe I can monetize that bitch and get paid.
Fair, fair. I too would go with DMs because, like, once again, my shit's not spicy, dude. Like, my DMs might be like the most regular ass shit, and like, good luck to any comedian that can make that funny. Like, I don't even think that fucking the best, like, I don't think Dave Chappelle could make my DMs funny, dude. Like, so yeah, dude, I'll go with the DMs. I'll give that
The-
comedian a challenge.
they're gonna be roasting our DMs because they're so boring.
Yeah,
Mind you, like the only aspect of being filmed without knowing would be like the extra things that they would do to make it more.
exactly. That's why I'm like, yeah.
That's like that is the only reason, because otherwise I really wouldn't care. But like I don't want my life to be more difficult and like suffer more hardship. Maybe it'd be less and maybe it'd be easier. I don't know, but
It's a
I'm not
drama
willing to
though,
risk it.
bro. So that just means there's gonna be consistent bullshit happening. You know, I'm good.
All right, so I just found one and it's brutal. Coming from Ern. Would you rather give up your favorite candy snack forever or your favorite breakfast forever?
Candy snack.
Mm,
Candy snack. There's
God
nothing that I
damn.
love more than just like a nice traditional breakfast. There's not one candy that I would trade for that, period. Because there's like 10 candies that I fucking love. And if one of them's gone, heh. But if you take away like a couple of fucking sausage links, eggs, some fucking home fries, and then a piece of toast and a coffee, go fuck yourself. Take the fucking candy. You could take 5 of my favorite fucking candies for that fucking breakfast. No way. Sorry, I got a little dude. Don't
Passion.
take breakfast from me. That's dinner too. Sometimes I
Well,
fucking love that meal.
I mean, honestly, right? Like most people view biscuits and gravy as a breakfast. And it's like,
Technically, it is.
that means like
No,
I
it's
have to,
not all breakfast. It's your favorite
Yeah,
breakfast, right? Isn't that what the question
yeah.
was?
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Is your favorite
that's,
breakfast sausage
I
and
mean,
biscuits or
if we're
biscuits
gonna
and gravy?
if we're gonna talk about a that is technically considered a breakfast meal, like that has to be on the table as the favorite breakfast meal, right? Like
I mean, it's on the table, but
you
like it's
so you're
just not
telling me you would pick
necessarily
a traditional breakfast spread
just biscuits and
over biscuits and
gravy.
gravy?
Yes,
Okay.
just biscuits and gravy. Yes, I
See,
would.
because I'm more of the person that has biscuits and gravy with his traditional breakfast.
I mean, I do too. When I make it, I'll always
That's
add
normally
like,
when I would get biscuits and gravies with the full
but I don't make
breakfast.
biscuits and gravy all the time. I make
But I
breakfast
do
like
have
2, 3
it.
times a week.
I do eat it at home just by itself, though, sometimes.
Oh, I have absolutely done
But
that.
here's the thing:
Yeah.
it's not my favorite. It's one of those. It's up there. It's top tier for sure. Dude, give up French toast, bro? You're telling me I got to
Yep.
give up French toast instead of. Here's the thing: is I couldn't even necessarily tell you right now what my
What your
favorite
favorite candy
is.
Bam.
So
See?
I'm
Exactly.
gonna have to go with that because it varies so much, and there's so many different varieties out there. But it would be a bummer if I like just hypothetically for this scenario, like it's like either I gotta give up nerd clusters or French toast, bro.
Dude, I was already thinking like I would give up nerd
I
clusters.
think
That's
I
what I was
might give
about
up.
to say.
I think I would give up the clusters for French
I would.
toast, bro.
Because
So
then I'll just have the fucking chewy nerds and be like pretty much evenly happy because they're just
Yeah.
as good to me.
I would just buy.
and
I'd
I'm
just
gonna
get
I'm
nerds,
gonna
bro.
agree with you boys on all of this because like I don't eat. I don't actually usually eat biscuits and gravy as a breakfast alone. Like that for me is also like if it's breakfast time, it's just part of.
I've actually had it more for
Otherwise,
dinner, to be honest.
yeah, I'll make it
I
more
do
as
too,
a
man.
meal if it's
That is-
dinner. Exactly. Um, and I'm in complete agreement with you because like in my head, hypothetically, if I have to pick a favorite candy these days, it's Nerds Clusters. And I too would give up Nerds Clusters for pancakes, waffles, biscuits and gravy, all of that. I eat
Dude,
eggs
I would even give
very
it up
goddamn
for a fucking
regularly.
Fire House
Dude, eggs
breakfast
are
burrito,
fire.
bro. You know what I
You
mean?
know,
Like,
exactly. Breakfast burritos.
I can't not,
like,
dude. Breakfast
Dude, there's
burritos-
like a number of plates of breakfast that I would trade for any fucking candy, dude.
yeah,
Because
I
I
agree.
I
Dude,
don't normally
honestly,
eat pancakes,
kinda-
but I would trade pancakes for my favorite candy.
I want
No problem.
I want a breakfast burrito like right now. Just because we're talking.
Dude,
about
I'm
it.
making fucking breakfast tomorrow.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what's
I think
funny?
I
Side
think that's
note.
my dinner tomorrow. Breakfast.
Side note, and this is like a sneak peek preview for you guys if you listen to the podcast. But oddly enough, you want to know what I had for dinner that night, right after we got done recording the podcast?
Breakfast.
No, I had tacos, and you know what my mom had? A taco
Lettuce.
salad,
Oh.
which is hilarious because we talked about tacos, which ultimately led to taco salad. And then come to
Fact.
find out, I literally relived it when I went out to the kitchen and had some tacos. Funny side note, but I just wanted to tell you guys because I thought it was hilarious.
Love
Anyway.
that.
Back to the game. Did we all answer?
Yep.
Okay.
So I think it's your
back,
pick again,
back,
sir.
Back to me.
Oh, dang. Can I just read this comment from her? It says, do you guys also buy both flavors of nerd clusters and eat them like one together? Like one of each time.
No, but
I've never even had both flavors together.
I've never even thought about it.
No.
I have had both flavors at one time, but I just ate them individually. But Ern, have you had these ones, dude? The berry
Those,
punch?
bro.
These things are on another level, my friend.
My local Target still has some, and I almost bought a couple bags today.
And in other Nerds Cluster news, listen to the podcast because we have some news for you about.
Oh my
possible-
God,
Yeah,
yes,
new
do we?
nerd stuff. Yes.
It's coming. Ooh.
That better be in Canada this summer. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, dude.
If it's not, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go with. Let's see.
Ern, get out there, bro. Is your Subaru not driving right now, so you can't get to the store too often? Is it broke down?
Okay,
How many
this,
pistons have you
this-
grenaded so far?
this is kind of a funny one from Duchess. He says, "Would you rather get caught watching something you definitely shouldn't by your grandma, or accidentally send it to your boss with no way to unsend it?"
Oh, well, I think I'll go with grandma because basically my entire life, like my grandparents have all been fairly old and now they're all dead, but
Oh,
I'm assuming that they're alive and I would rather do that, dude. I don't need my boss. My boss is a woman. I don't need her to see like some
faces of death
videos
video
type
or
shit.
something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I don't actually watch any crazy shit like that.
Well, no, but the thing is,
I mean, there's definitely
for this
been some
scenario, it's all
PORN.
hypothetical. So we're saying it's something kind of like that, to where it's like something really wild that you wouldn't, watch in a public place, obviously, or probably shouldn't be watching at all.
I mean, I've seen some crazy videos that are not X-rated, so
Yeah.
I mean, I
could
wouldn't
even
want
be
them to see
X-rated
that
for all
either.
we know. Who knows?
well, that's what I mean.
It could be both.
I don't really
Yeah.
watch too many fucked up videos, but like I definitely have watched some X-rated videos. Like,
My grandmother can see all that. Thank you. Yes, please. Because shit, my boss is also the president of the company, and that's not a person I want to make that mistake to.
The funny here, you want to know what the funny thing is, bro? Obviously, I think I'm gonna side with you guys, but part of me kind of thinks that my boss would think it's hilarious.
it's like it's like I don't even feel like I'm risking it
Yeah,
telling
he'd be
him.
like, "Dude, what the fuck was that video you sent me, bro?" Like I kind of feel like I kind of get that, but I'm still gonna go option one because I don't want to lose my job over some fucking video that I probably shouldn't have been indulging in the first place.
And you can just tell your grandma a white lie.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I don't know, it just came on.
it's like I clicked the link. I shouldn't.
Must be
have.
a
I know.
virus, Grandma.
Yeah, it's spam.
I know not to click links, but I think I did, and
I think your computer's got a virus, Grandma.
yeah.
I think Grandpa's been watching porn. Anyways. Who wants to go next? I think
Jesus. Chris, I think it's your pick now.
Okay. All right. This one's gonna need a little bit of explanation. I already think I know my answer, but I need to find out because this is gonna really make a difference. First of all, what is crab rangoon? I'm assuming it's crab. Is it a dish?
yeah, it's like
it's a Chinese dish. It's crab meat mixed with cream cheese, and then it's inside a wonton wrapper and deep fried.
Okay.
they're delicious.
Now, does that mean that like I have to eat those with every meal, but I can still eat whatever I want? I just might have to eat one of those crab rangoon things or
I
something.
don't know what the question is.
It says, would you rather have crab rangoon with every meal, or all soda is crab rangoon flavored?
Yeah, so like I don't know if that means that I have to
So-
eat it every single meal.
Yeah, with every meal you
Yeah.
have to have crab rangoon. So it just
So,
says
like, I
with
guess it would
every
depend
meal,
on
so
how
it's like
much.
you'd have whatever meal you're eating, you'd also have to have like
Okay, at least one.
At least one.
So
yeah.
that's one wonton size.
About like
Yeah, dude, I'm going with that. Let's go with that question. Now that I understand.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
I'm going
go
like
with
that
the
too,
eat
bro.
it,
Because
dude, I like pop, dude. I like the taste of it. I don't want every pop to taste
Same.
like that.
it would
Well, I
suck.
mean-
I would get tired of the fucking rangoon after a while, and I would absolutely despise it and hate it. But at least I would have.
I would
other
take it
things.
like a pill,
Yeah.
bro. I'd be like, that's I
But yeah,
like I have to take this pill to eat my food.
all pop tasting like cream
Yeah, that would
cheese and
suck.
crab.
Yeah.
That would be terrible.
That would ruin my Mountain Dew intake.
Well, it
I-
means I would never drink any pop. That's what it
Yeah.
means. So I'm giving up pop
Exactly.
or eating crab rangoon one piece before I eat my biscuits and gravy. No problem, dude.
Yeah, like I like me some crab rangoon, and you know what? I'm weird enough to try a few things. There might be some meals that crab rangoon turns out to be fire with. So I mean, let's eat a crab rangoon or two with every meal. Let's go. Might even eat 3.
Yeah, we have to go with that one too, man. Because I couldn't do the soda, bro. That would suck. I drink too much Mountain Dew.
Like I shouldn't drink soda, but I will on
love it.
occasion, and
And I do what I want.
I want it to taste like what it fucking tastes like, man.
Samesies.
I want that Baja Blast to taste like fucking Baja Blast.
Yeah.
dude. I can't give that up.
That's the enjoyment of soda. You get to taste flavors.
Because it also said meals, dude. If you have a snack, it's not like you eat a fucking fresh donut and you have to eat crab rangoon before it because it's not a meal.
Even if I do, I'm still okay with it. Fuck it. It's still better than losing my soda to,
Dude, I
to
just
crab
snack all the
rangoon
time,
flavored
eat
soda.
one meal. Like one meal, so I have to eat one crab rangoon a day.
That's pretty much what I'd be doing. 'Cause I only really eat one meal a day anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so I found one. You guys ready? This one came from Duchess. Would you rather lie to someone to make them happy or tell them the truth knowing it'll destroy them?
It depends.
Here's the thing,
That's like
bro.
a very depending thing.
This is the thing about these scenarios, man. Because either way, you're going to end up hurting them. Right? Hear me out.
Well, only if you get caught in the lie.
Well, here's the thing. How long are you going to be able to keep up that facade? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you got to remember what the lie was and what the story is. And eventually, most lies come out over time. You know what I'm saying? And if you truly care about this person and there's someone who's close to you, hopefully they would understand that you're just being truthful because you're their friend and you're looking out for them and you're not doing it to be hurtful. And I feel like I'd much more respect somebody to tell me the truth and have it destroy me. If like I was on the receiving end, I'd rather have someone tell me the truth than lie to me and then, you know, ultimately find out some other way or have something else. You know what I mean? So I think I think I might go with the truth on this one. Either way sucks though, because I lying to somebody about something like that's could destroy them. That means you're lying about something pretty big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
It's
you
not.
didn't
It's
see their spouse cheating on them.
yeah. Or
Like that's
it's like
big.
it's
That would destroy
it's
someone.
not a small
Well,
thing that you.
I mean,
or
I can cook a scenario that's at least a little more innocent than that, but still, like those consequences are still there, right?
yeah.
Because like I think like you guys enjoy the talent shows like America's Got Talent and The Voice and all that, and I'm just imagining that person who someone lies to them and says, "Oh yeah, you're totally good enough to go on one of those shows," and they're gassed up and they go on, and then they find out that they end up getting used for the comic foil at the end, right?
Yeah, like they're
Like,
making fun of them. It's like they're
yeah.
so bad that we're gonna put them on
So
like a bloopers kind
yeah,
of
so like
vibe.
exactly. So like that's like a little bit more of an innocent scenario that my mind cooks up for this kind of a question because it's like you could be like, "No, dude, you ain't got it. You should
Yeah.
not do that." And that's probably going to destroy them if that's their dream. But on the flip of that, if you tell them that, it's going to destroy them when they fucking get made fun of and they're put on
Yeah.
national television as being bad. You know? Like it's definitely the same level of consequence.
Truth is always the best, in my opinion. I don't like.
Where are
Why
you
lie,
landing,
bro?
Chris?
Dude, some of those times are hard, but man, I'm definitely a truth teller. I've like definitely been that guy that's hurt someone by telling them the truth. Sometimes it's like just out of no ability to lie about it, you know?
I hear you.
And it doesn't feel good.
I like Seamus's answer to this. I smoke way too much and I'll forget lies. Just tell the truth. The facts, bro.
Dude,
I mean,
sometimes I would be too high to even create a lie. The only time I might tell a lie is not even a lie. It's just like I'm an idiot, and my brain might say something that it didn't mean, but it wouldn't be like a serious thing. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
murdered someone back in '85. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like that kind of a fucking lie.
yeah. I'm with you guys. Like, you just got to tell the truth, even if it destroys them, because like the lie gets us nowhere, and it itself causes more damage. And I mean, let's face it, if anybody's known me, they know I'm no bullshit. I'm a tell it like it is kind of guy. I always have been. And I mean, that I think it's just a better way to approach things in life
not
is
only that, but then you don't have to live with that fucking burden, bro. You know what I mean? Because that's something that you're always gonna have on your shoulders is the fact that you have that lie. You know what I mean? At least if you tell the truth, you can release yourself from the situation, and at least be like, hey, I've said my piece, and you don't have to fucking. There's nothing holding you, at that point.
I
But if you
think I
tell a
think
lie, you've always got that lie's always got its fucking grip on you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's always in the background, whether you realize it or not. It's there, and eventually it'll fucking come out.
I think if we all just practiced more real honesty about everything, like probably be a better world anyhow.
Dude,
So,
people surprisingly, you get better at it. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
Yeah.
just because you're telling some of the truth doesn't mean you're being an asshole. You know what I mean? It's all dependent on how you do it. Is
The
the thing too.
delivery is everything.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you don't laugh at your friend who can't sing. You just go, sweetie.
Like, hey, man.
Now's not the
Like, I
time.
hate to tell you, bro, because I love you, and obviously see that you enjoy this, but I just want to tell you, as a friend, I don't
You
think,
should stick to the karaoke
yeah,
stage where
in your
everybody's
car,
drinking.
at the bar, in the shower, whatever, on a stage.
With
I
judges
don't think
and
so,
an
man.
audience.
You're not ready for TV.
But that's just my opinion, man. That's just me. I just being real with you. That's all.
I'd just be
Say
like, I don't know if you know this, but you're trash. You're gonna fucking devastate yourself. Like, it is
like
gonna
this.
feel way worse when you get destroyed than me telling you right now you suck. That's probably what I
Yeah,
would say.
Fishy says
Like, honestly,
my problem is that I can be too honest. I feel like, that can happen to a lot of us sometimes, but
Then you tell him, cry about it, baby.
anywho, where are we at? Who is it, my pick now?
I believe it is, sir.
Is there any other ones that popped up?
And Duchess hit us with a whole bunch at the top up there.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Would you rather relive your worst day once every year in full detail, or lose one random good memory every month?
a good memory every month. The worst day for me was a really bad day, so I don't ever want to have to live that day again. And I have a lot of memories, and a lot of them are good. And I could afford to lose. I could afford to lose a lot because I'm still making them.
Dude,
That's like
Yeah.
that's my take.
I'm already a pothead. I'm probably already losing a good memory once a month. So I mean, I'm going with that
Fuck you.
because
Fuck you, Sharks.
so-
That's what I was gonna say.
similar to Chris, like I
Dude, I've had a
that
couple.
that worst day fucked me up for a long time. I don't ever need to relive it again.
Dude, I'm still fucked from that worst day, and that was fucking
Dude, just thinking
19
about
years
it
ago.
right now, just kind of. Oof. Yeah. There's definitely time to make more memories, bro. So.
Yep. I'll gladly sacrifice a few memories to make some more.
Always making more,
Exactly.
man.
Can I forget that memory?
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Um, that's pretty unanimous on that one.
Oh yeah, dude.
Do we want to hit one more, maybe?
Sure, let's just go. I haven't even read this last one from Duchess, but you just put one in. Would you rather know the impact you've had on the people in your life or get to see how they remember you when you're gone?
Oh. Honestly, I think I'd rather know the impact I've had on people in my life, for better or for worse. Because I mean, genuinely, when I'm gone, what does it matter how I'm remembered? At some point, I'm going to be forgotten. So at that rate, like I love seeing when I've made a positive impact on people's lives, and I'll take I'll take the opportunity for happiness now, for sure.
That's a very interesting fucking question, though.
Yeah.
Because it's something I've never thought about. Either variation. Like, I've never really thought about, how people are going to remember me, or dude, that's kind of an interesting thought, though.
They're almost the same, but they're
It is
obviously not.
they are,
You
but
know?
they're very different in the same
Yeah.
same way. You know what I mean? Because one, you're more worried about the moment, and then
Like I know, like for me, I can
one sounds like
quantify it.
one sounds more like you're you're would you rather know the impact you had on people in your life or see how, like one makes me think that you're more worried about the other person, and one makes me think that you're more worried about yourself. Like the being seeing how people remember when you're gone kind of sounds selfish
But I
compared
mean, honestly,
to
the other one
they
does
both they
too.
both kind of are, but at least the one with the knowing how you impact someone, you can make changes depending on if it's good or bad to possibly
It's a great
improve
point.
going forward, compared to just knowing how they remember you. Like that's just the story that's been told and that they know, and that it is what it is, and there's nothing that you can do or say or change about it. But at least if you know how you're impacting those around you while you're still there, you have the opportunity to make the change for the better, if that makes sense.
I think that's a great point
So I
because
think I'm going to go with that one. Even though they both
like
are kind of self-serving, I feel like at least the other one has possibility to benefit others as well as yourself.
100%, right? Like I think it's in human nature we want to help people, right? Like
But it's
most of
also
us
human
want
nature
to.
for us to want people to like us.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
100%. But at the end of the day, like I think if you understand how you're impacting people in your day-to-day life, then like James has made the point, like it allows you to now adjust so that you can make positive impacts on people's lives. I mean, realistically, that that's what I want to do. I just want to make positive impacts in people's lives. I know a great the way like I am able to quantify that so quickly is like having those friends who have come to me for help and advice on something, and then I see them put that work in based on what I've said, and they grow from it, and they take it and they expand on it and they learn even more, and like I love that. Like I love to have that positive impact for somebody. So I think having that knowledge is a beautiful thing, and it would influence people to continually positively impact people's lives. Whereas, like James said, I think once you're gone, I mean, it's over. Like the story's written, the chapter is closed.
Okay, so I'm the last one to answer. You guys have went on, and I would pick the same one as you guys. But I think I don't really. The main reason is I don't really give a fuck how people remember
I I,
me
I don't
because
care
I feel
either way,
like
really,
they're
personally,
gonna
but
fucking know, and I'm gonna fucking know what they think about me. Because people that hang around me, talk to me, reach out to me, I know that they are picking up what I'm putting down. The people that don't, it doesn't really matter. So like I don't care what they fucking think about me. And I'm gonna know. Like I know that I got the respect of the two dudes on this panel. I don't fucking care beyond that. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
What more is it? It doesn't I don't care. So I would pick the impact one because at least then I could continue to do more positive things because I'm seeing impacts happen and I can help other people. And I am much more I like to help people. It's fun. It makes me feel good. I like seeing people succeed. And
Yeah.
that's what so it would help me learn to be better at it, and that's why I would pick that one.
I feel like we're both on the same page there, because ultimately I could give a fuck. You know what I mean? But it would be nice, if that is like some like for this scenario. I definitely much prefer knowing the impact than caring. I could care less about how I'm remembered, really. So yeah, I feel like that was a good round, man, of would
That
you
was.
rather's there, and I feel like we had a good mock vape debate. For the first one. Definitely have some more options of things that we can talk about. You know what I mean? We started with the airflow thing now, which kind of like led into a different possible one.
I feel like we could do a couple a night, to
Yeah,
be honest. Like if we did that game again,
Yeah.
which
yeah,
I imagine we will. I think we
Because
could
I mean,
probably even do
yeah,
three. We could probably
it,
all three of us could pick one, and we
yeah.
could probably get that done in like the 30 minutes that we normally give for those things.
30,
I mean,
45,
it,
yeah,
it pulled its way into coil size, for
yeah,
Christ's sakes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely, like we have time to be able to like pull other topics together as they, especially as they interconnect like that.
Yep. Well, with that, ladies and gents, I think it's time for us to go ahead and wrap this show on up. So I'll go ahead and throw it over to Chris.
Well, thanks everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for participating. We always appreciate that. Of course, go to shedtimepodcast.com. Check it out. Give us a listen. Wherever you can give us a little bit of love, please do so. And then yeah, I'll just like shout out Still Valley Vapors. Go check them out. Like we said, there's a sale, but you use the coupon code SHEDTIME. You'll get it done. But always just love supporting Will. Will does so much for just like our community and just the general vaping community, especially in like Ohio Valley, that show him some love. And that's it for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Sean, take it away.
I want to start off by giving a big shout out to everybody out there in the chat, and of course everybody who hits us up in the replays. We do appreciate all of y'all. The Shedhead Nation really is the best. So of course check out ShedTimePodcast.com and the ShedTime Podcast wherever you want to find it. And with that, I'll tell you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun.
And time for some wise words of wisdom, food for thought for you guys to think about over the weekend from my main man. And today, wait, can you hear me? Hold on. Let's start this over. It's time for some wise words of wisdom, food for thought for you guys to think about over the weekend from my main man. It's time for some Confucius say. And today, Confucius say, the heaviest thing to carry is a grudge.
Damn.
True.
Dude, fuck grudges too.
That's a fact.
So
It's
with
like
that,
the
ladies
most
and
dumb
gentlemen,
shit.
be safe out there. If you're in the States, enjoy your long Memorial Day weekend. I really
Happy
literally
Memorial Day
forgot-
weekend, all you guys.
I forgot it was Memorial Day weekend until like halfway through the week, and then I was like, "Oh shit, 3-day weekend! Fuck
dude,
yeah,
I just
bro!"
I had a 4-day week this week because
Yeah.
our holiday weekend was the last weekend.
So I was pretty stoked about that. So enjoy you guys the weekend out there. Be safe, and indulge in whatever Memorial Day activities you may be indulging in, whether it's barbecues, camping, shed time, brewskis, whatever. Just be safe out there. Be responsible. And at the end of the day, we're going to wrap this up like we normally do, sending out positive vibes, crisp vibes. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, let's just vape on, shedheads. Bye-bye.